Hello, class. This is Dr. Randy Butler, and welcome to MBA 500. I'm going to walk you through the syllabus this evening and talk a little bit about the class and what's expected out of you as far as grading and points and the final project and all of those good things. So, sorry about last night. I had some wires crossed, and anyway, bottom line is that I thought we were meeting on Thursday night instead of on Wednesday night. But I will be there in the future on Wednesday night, and looking forward to working with all of you this term. Um, Again, my name is Dr. Randolph Butler, is what you see. I have a Doctor of Business Administration and a Project Management Professional certification. A little bit about me. We're right now celebrating my 47th year in transportation. I work for Union Pacific Railroad in Omaha, Nebraska, actually in the west, on the west side of the Mississippi for almost 30 years. Well, 30 years exactly. And I left there in 2001. I went out on my own for a while as a consultant and then came back into USDOT on some research programs they were doing in technology and freight movements. So I stayed with the USDOT Federal Highway for 11 years and retired in 2014. Currently, I've been back in the consulting business. I worked for Parsons for a while, and now I'm with CDM Smith. So anyway, it's a pleasure to be with you tonight, so I can share some of my experience, and we can we can learn together here. This is the first time I've taught this class. On my second class of project management that's on Monday night, and then I've also taught one other class in ethics and leadership. I've been teaching at Southern New Hampshire University for 3 years now in online courses. Um, what we're going to do is walk through the syllabus real quick here. So my office time is 3 to 4. I usually get there an hour before the class and just kind of get prepared. And so if you need to drop by, you're certainly welcome. The course description, you can get that right directly from the Shepherd University catalog. Um, this class is really focused on doing some examination of business functions in the different environments, political, social, economic, technological, and international environments, and some of the challenges associated with it. We'll have guest lecturers to be able to come in and talk to us about some of these specific environments. And then also we'll share what I have worked in, specifically in transportation and project management. The lead goals are pretty much, you've seen, I'm sure, most of those uh, coming in from other syllabus, and course goals and outcomes are also pretty much standard across all of the courses. Attendance, and it's very important that you attend class, and you probably look at me and say, well, you need to be there too, right? So anyway, it's very important to be at class, and because many of the assignments, you'll have 5 assignments that are specifically focused on creating business journals. So from there, you need to be able to take those key thoughts that are presented in the class and take them into a business journal and expand upon them. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. There's no text, so you don't have to go buy anything. So we're going to be working directly from the lectures and from your uh, research that you'll be doing. Grading will be using a kind of what I call a mini Rubik. It's pretty much standard for where I use, I think these business journals are worth 100 points, so I'm looking at 50% of it as being the content you provided, and then I also look how the methodology you go through to defend your and your examples and evidence about that you on specific thoughts and specific things that you bring in. You must use in-text citing. If you don't know what that is, you come down here to this little link and explain everything to you about APA 6 and in-text citing and what that's about. Points will be taken off for the use of any .com reference. I don't want you using any .coms. .org or .edu is fine. Most of your business journals are .org. Uh, Responsibilities are clear and concise, and citations and APA 6.0. So again, go back to your reference here and learn about APA 6.0. Academic integrity. Don't plagiarize. If you plagiarize and I found out about it, I will basically we'll have to handle it. Let's just put it that way right now. If you have any disability, make sure you report that to the support services, and make sure that the coordinator can provide any type of disability services that are needed for the class. Let's go on down now to the late work. There's late work will not be accepted unless you can provide documentation emergency preventing you from the work. Um, I you know, I don't want any late work because it throws me behind and it throws you behind. So let's try to keep up the assignments. If there's a problem, talk to me about it, and we'll discuss it at that point. I've kind of sketched out 8 classes. Now, this is supposed to be 11 weeks, 11 or 12 weeks, or something like that. I know we have a couple of holidays in there, but they don't fall on your night. So um, they do fall on the night that I'm teaching project management on Monday night. Um, so let's just go through them real quickly. The what I've sketched out so far, and this is subject to change. We'll start out next week. I'll have after we kind of get to know each other, introduce ourselves, and go around the table and talk a little bit about experience and what you really want to gain. We'll kind of combine 1 and 2 together here, but I will prepare a lecture on project management, what project management is about, and talk a little bit about my experience in some of the projects. Now, this is where the note taking comes in, and you start your business journal, because you'll be able to take some notes on project management, and you'll take those in. And let me skip down here to my description of the business journals. Here at the bottom, the business journal will be 3 to 4 pages, double space. You'll expand on the subject discussed in the class. A minimum of 4 references must include the lecture notes, current event from credible source, Wall Street Journal, etc., and a business journal and 1 academic source. So make sure that you follow these instructions. You'll come back in on the following week. You'll submit that business journal to the assignment in Sakai, and we will sit down and have a little discussion about it. So we'll come back to project management, and we'll use the business journal that you've created to have some discussions and class participation on it. So we'll spend about 30, 45 minutes at the beginning of each class doing this when we meet. The next lecture will be on supply chain management. And here again, this will be specifically from my experience and what I've done. I've taught a few classes in supply chain management, so I'll be bringing some of the concepts in from those classes. We've got several other subjects here: challenges in ethics and leadership. We've got public policy. We've got economic policy. There are economic. I added economic development. That was a new one. I think that's a very important one. What we'll do is, excuse me, we'll work through this. I know that June the 14th, I will be in Los Angeles. I am the keynote. I'm making a keynote speech at a conference. So I will have to leave on Monday, and I will not be back until Friday. I also am managing a project at the Port of Los Angeles that I always check in when I go to Los Angeles. So specifically that week, I know, and the following week on the 21st, we probably will not meet in class. But I'll make sure you check the announcements and your emails about before you come to class, because if I'm going to cancel class, or not cancel it, but give you an assignment to work on, and we'll do a hybrid class, a virtual class, you need to be able to pick up on that pretty quickly. And I will certainly give it to you at least a week ahead of time if I can. Um, Again, these are pretty straightforward. We'll do 5 of these business journals, and then we'll move directly into the final project. And if we have to meet more than 8 times, we may have some workshops in there to work on the final project. But we'll fit it all in, and I think it's going to be a great semester. The final project will be 2 parts to it. You'll make a presentation uh, on your document, and then you will submit your final document. Now, what is the final project? The final project, you will select one of the items that we've talked about up here, from supply chain management, project management, business ethics, and you'll expand on that. If it's something you like and you want to learn more about, and you're going to have a part going forward in your master's program, it's something that you need to consider. So you will do the necessary research. It'll be a very formal document, APA 6, cover page, double spacing, uh, Times New Roman font 12, and all of the references will have hanging indent. So all of that you really need to learn how to write as part of your master's program. Um, Let me give you the point breakdown here. The business journals are worth 100 points each. Like I said, I'm using this mini Rubik up here at the top. I'll go back up here, and I'm looking for organized response using significant detail and examples. Examples is really, if you describe something, you really need to try to put it into an example so you can understand how it works and what it's about and what the benefits are and all of the specific characteristics that you're writing about. So, um, so going back down here, the final presentation and the document will be worth a total of 350 points. So it's 1,000 points in all, and would like to make sure everybody understands that the last paper is going to be a big one. So throughout, if we can get 2 or 3 of the sessions in, and you maybe you like project management, we do a virtual class, maybe the assignment might be to continue to work on your final project. So think about that, and think about how maybe you spend your time learning about APA 6 and how to format your paper, those kind of things. So there is some slack in the schedule, but overall, I think we've got a good program put together here, and I'm looking very forward to working with you. Again, all of my personal information is up here at the top, and make sure if you have any questions at all, give me a call. My email's here, and I will be available for anything that any questions, or if you need to work through some issues, let me know. See you next Wednesday night, and thanks for your time.